This, as you know, and you were in the meeting with the President of the United States, was the first meeting between the President and the Crown Prince since the President's condemnation of Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, out on the campaign trail when he was a candidate for President of the United States. You were in the room. Did President Biden raise Jamal Khashoggi by name?
At the beginning, during the reception, the President mentioned that this was an issue. He mentioned that he took Saudi Arabia's assurances at face value. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince explained to him that this was a tragedy for Saudi Arabia and that those who were responsible for it have been investigated and faced law and are now paying the price for the crime that was committed. And the conversation then moved on in terms of the official discussions. They discussed important issues in terms of revitalizing the relationship, in terms of energy security, in terms of renewable energy and the climate change, and moving forward in the future, the threat from Iran, in terms of counterterrorism, terror financing, in terms of the trade and investment relationship between the two countries, Yemen, the importance of stability and peace in the Middle East, technology, G5, G6, how the two countries can work in terms of exploration of outer space, and many, many other issues.
So was it your impression, Minister, that President Biden accepted your explanation for the murder of Jamal Khashoggi?
I believe so, but I believe so.
And he didn't raise it anymore throughout the course
What is there to raise, Wolf?
A crime was committed. The U.S. intelligence community, as you know, concluded that the Crown Prince effectively ordered the killing of Jamal Khashoggi.
I don't believe that was specified in those terms, one. Number two, it was an assessment. Number three, we know what the intelligence community's assessment was with regards to Saddam Hussein having weapons of mass destruction. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia investigated this crime. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia held those responsible for it accountable, and they are paying the price of the crime they committed as we speak. We investigated, we punished, and we put in place procedures to ensure that this doesn't happen again. This is what countries do in situations like this. This is what the U.S. did when the mistake of Abu Ghraib was committed. This is what the U.S. does in other situations that involve combat operations or that involve any situation where somebody transgresses or makes a mistake.
Because you know President Biden, as a candidate, certainly believed the U.S. intelligence assessment.
Wolf, you and I had a similar conversation with regards to what President Trump said when he was on the campaign trail. What happens, what people say on the campaign trail sometimes doesn't get reflected in terms of being in office because they have access to more intelligence, they have access to a fuller and broader picture when they do these things. And I think the relationship between our two countries is a very strong, strategic, important relationship for both countries, and we want to make sure that we take it forward to a higher and broader and deeper level.
You may have heard that in an interview, Khashoggi's former fiancée said she wants President Biden to ask the Crown Prince where Khashoggi's body is. Can the Crown Prince answer that question?
I haven't seen her question, and I don't know that we know where the body is, and we have had an investigation, and we published the results of this investigation when the public prosecutor issues the charges against the defendants.
As you know, human rights groups extensively have documented what they claim to be Saudi Arabia's ongoing jailing of dissidents, repression of basic women's rights, mass executions, and more. Will the Crown Prince make specific commitments to President Biden and to the U.S., indeed to the world, on addressing these basic human rights issues?
We take issue with the charges that are leveled against Saudi Arabia. Anybody who is punished is subject to a court review, and the charges are brought by the prosecution. The courts look into it. The defendants have the right to appeal before a decision becomes final, just like in the United States. Unfortunately, many of the charges for which people are being punished are not reflected by those who cast aspersions on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and its legal system.